Hey guys, welcome to another episode in the deep playthrough of Gran Turismo 4. We are doing the last event. We'll show it here. Last event, 5 races in the US one-make races. After that we will continue with the European one-make races, and then we only need to still do the extreme events and the endurance events. We're currently about, I think, 66.8% towards 100%, and slowly but surely just making progress. So let's get to it. First time I'm driving the car. It's a pretty epic car, I would imagine. At least it looks pretty epic. Around, I don't know, 500 or 700 horsepower. It has quite some, but I'm afraid that the horsepower rating is not indicated anywhere here. But I am actually curious. Wait, I could go back to the garage, but there are a lot of clicks. Let me just very quickly look it up on the internet. We do GT4 Saleen S7, and then hopefully we get a fandom page. Yes. The Saleen S4 is an elegant, what did it say? Midship sports car that perfectly fits the description of supercar. The Le Mans prototype race car was released before the street car, and with that kind of detail and performance it had an unprecedented position for a street car. Alright, I'm not sure why they use the word elegant. I mean, it's an elegant design, but still, it's really a sports focused car. It's not like a Grand Tour GT or anything. Anyways, around 550 horsepower, so a little bit more. So it's not in the 700 horsepower range, but still more than enough. And it's actually on the top of the screen, the top right of the screen. I'm an idiot. It is actually still way more than I've ever driven in real life, and also way more than for me is sufficient in the game. It hopefully will be a balanced race. We are only driving Saleen, so let's see. Really curious how this car will handle. Pretty cool how the you see the headlights, the light beam that actually illuminates the black plastic of the headlight cover, the bottom part of it. Really nice detail. They were already putting quite some detail in the light units in GT4 as well. They absolutely perfected that in GT7, I think. Holy shit, pretty epic car, I must say. Goes 200 kilometers an hour in thirds. Holy fuck, this is an epic car. Holy fuck, pretty damn epic. This is really much more epic than I was expecting. This is really what you see in this game. There really is such a difference in cars in the game. Some really are a bit underwhelming, but others really are epic. So I really like these one-make races, which really gives you the opportunity to drive all kinds of different cars. Oh shit, I'm probably... not even that much. I wanted to say overshooting the chicane. But the AI is just braking quite early, so if we are at full speed, we need to brake before the 200 meter marker. still in the race. I was thinking I had to start over when I almost spun out at the start. But everything is going perfectly fine. Oops, sorry. Alright, I will let him pass. I don't want to win. Shit! Fuck me, the AI is... fuck me, the AI is so annoying. They just drive into your back and then they don't hold off. They just keep pushing you until you just slide out of the way. So I would not have recovered from that, I guess. I'm not sure, 2 laps, so yeah, maybe I could have continued, but just annoying. Anyways, we now got a taste for the car. Pretty damn epic car. So I don't mind starting over. On the headlights and taillights, by the way, what I said at the start, that they perfected that in GT7. They really did, I think, with all the different color tones of like older cars having more yellowish headlights, modern LED lights being more bluish, bright white. Holy shit, holy shit. The nice thing of this car is if you do get into slides, it's actually pretty recoverable compared to some other cars where really if you start sliding you can just as well start over. Here, check out these tail lights, they are really quite detailed. God damn it. PS2 game, eh? Flipping PS2 game. Alright, I still braked a little bit too late, so I have to remember that for the second lap, if I make it that far. To brake earlier over there. Man, this car, this really feels like a visceral race, so to say. It is not as dramatic as the AC Cobra, where you can really slide around all over the place. But this car is much... And again, I'm being fucking bumped from behind. Anyways, this car is much faster. So this is epic, more epic in its own right. And also that the AI is actually quite quick. It's not the hardest race, but if you make stupid mistakes like I'm doing here, they will catch up. So one spin out and you're done for. although being very fast. Oh, way too much braking here. The car for sure instills a sense of confidence. Alright, those S's really didn't go that well, but the AI is also not taking them that well. But the car, oh shit, am I overshooting it? No. Oh shit, now I'm overshooting the second one. Second chicane. But the car feels, yeah, it gives quite some confidence. It's just a big battleship. Quite stable on the road. Oh, fuck me. Stupid mistake. Luckily it didn't cost that much time. Ay, ay, ay. I need to keep paying attention. But we're still good. Meter marker. So that would be around here. Yes, exactly. Pity that we will not be driving the Nürburgring in this car. Also the downshifts, they have a pretty epic sound. The sound design for this car is really quite good for older Gran Turismo game standards. This car really is only doing one thing, and that is getting to 300 km/h as soon as possible, constantly, and it's getting there quite quick. We are 200 km an hour in third gear, then 250 in fourth. Alright, taking it way too slow here, but yeah, who cares? We have a bit of a lead. I did have 8 seconds gap, now it was 7 something. I am indeed losing some time there. Here we go. Very fun race. I would love to see the replay, but we also need to make some progress, so let's just immediately continue to the next race. I'm a little bit looking or anxious about the Infineon race in this car, because that's quite a narrow track, I would say. Very technical with very big verticality differences. So that could be a very tricky one, but yeah, let's just see. This one is pretty, 4 laps. It's quite a fast track, this as well. Relatively long straights. Man, without traction control, this car really has difficulty getting the power down. Man, you can actually spin it pretty easily and controllably. This is just really a fun car. I cannot say anything else. I do want to would be nice if I can Alright, we have 4 laps. I'm gonna continue. I made a mistake. I was doubting, should I start over? But we are good. Man, what a joy to drive this car. Especially also that I noticed that you can actually slide it around in that first left-hander that's coming up. You can have the back step out over here, which is pretty. Here, this is what I mean. You can, and then you can catch it quite easily. You could really use this car for, oh shit. Totally missing my lines here, but you can really use this car for drifting, I would say. Alright, so totally clear that the AI is not that quick in this race, which is fine. I will just try to improve my own time. Fuck me. Alright, so this will not be a good attempt. Here we go. Let's now get in a fast time. 3rd lap out of 4. Right, 1:51.7. Oh shit. Too much braking. 1:51.7. Too much throttle mid-corner I did there. That was a bit stupid. Screwed up that part. But still, pretty sure that braking the 151 should be possible if I don't fly off track like I did in the previous episode, or the previous attempt. God damn it, I need to brake earlier for this one. I'm always going wide here. This is such a tricky corner, and this is a really important corner, this left-hander. To keep speed there, you keep that, holy shit. You keep that speed all the way in that mini straight afterwards. Right, 153. Let's try and get sub 50. Right, too much braking here for sure. Screwing the lap up over there. At least I'm not overshooting this corner for a change. But that section felt quite slow. This section felt quicker than before. Here I brake too much, unfortunately. Don't ask me why. Right, is it a sub 50? I think it may be. We only need 3/10. Yes, very nice, 149.7. Alright, for this one I need to change the renderer, because Vulkan, it does have, in my view, a bit better reflections. It's a little bit more accurate, but it slows down either in car menus with rotating cars, only with some cars, it's really weird, but also it slows significantly down in night races like this one. So I now switched it to DirectX 12 to keep the frame rate up. Here we go. Oh shit, is this reverse? I don't like reverse. Alright, it could be... could be that this will take a couple of attempts. Because somehow I can really screw up this track with mixing up fast corners and slow corners in my mind. Although I now do remember them a bit better than before. Right, it's all about getting on the throttle earlier. I bumped him a bit because I was afraid to hit that pit lane wall. Oh shit, braking way. No, I'm actually making it. Right, totally did the wrong line there, but we're still in first place. Way too much braking here. God damn it, I'm really playing it bad. But again, we are still in first. Shit, this is what I mean with mixing up the sharp and the fast corners. But we're looking good so far. But probably it is 4 laps, I would imagine. I was first thinking maybe only 2, but probably it's a bit more. Yeah, 4 laps. It's quite a long event. Oh, fuck me. Now I did totally overshoot it. Alright, so far so good. I will see what my time is from this attempt and then try to improve it in the last lap. Alright, let's see, what do we have? 128, let's get into the 127s. I see that brake marker sign too late all the time. I wanted to brake at like 125, 150, but there is no 125 or 150 sign. And the 100 meter sign, in my view, popped up a little bit too late. I'm not blaming the game's texture popping on my bad driving. Oh shit. Alright, can we still go sub 27 with that mistake over there? Oh shit. Right. I do think it's sub 27. Ah, actually not. 129. What a sucker I am. But whatever. A win is a win. Two more to go. Infineon and what was the other one? I have no idea. It should be a US circuit, right? These are US 1 races. No, it's actually Suzuka in Japan. Three laps of Suzuka. Tricky circuits. But let's see how we go. Alright, worst start ever. I'm betting my money on the fact that the AI is slow through the S's. Problem is, I myself am also not doing that well now through these S's here. But from 6 to seconds, I will take it. Alright, almost lost it there. God damn it. The braking points are earlier than where I expect them to be, because this is just a very quick car. Compared to what I raced here before. And it's also not like, it's a very quick road car. It's not like a full-on race car with better brakes, etc. It still feels a bit like a road car. Actually, from the back, it looks quite a bit like a Diablo. Looking forward to GT5, where we can also play or drive Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Alright, now the question is where I'm gonna brake early. Oh, you see, I thought I was braking too early, but even that was too late. This car is just deceptively quick. Meaning that you really need more braking distance than you would expect. Alright, I'm taking a little bit conservatively. sliding the rear around, pretty fun. Really feels quite natural in this car, sliding the rear. Much braking. Here we go. No more kidding around. Last lap. Alright, I need to brake earlier over here. I'm gonna brake at the 100-meter sign. And again, that almost feels too late. Man, this car also really suffers from a good case of understeer. God damn it. Try to swing the rear around, drift it around in the right direction, but didn't really work. Oh, way too early on the brake. Whatever, I'm again not driving optimal, really consistently on the edge. But a win is a win. And I know there will be enough hard races coming up still. So, amongst others, I heard that the Opel Speedster Cup is one of the hardest races in the game. Alright, very nice. So I will also save my frustration and effort, etc. for those later harder races. Let's also just accept the fact that we are now able to make quickly some progress. And last race, where was that? Yeah, Infineon, I think. God damn it. That one I'm a little bit worried about. But let's see how it goes. It's all about finding the right braking points and speeds. If you have a new car on a new track, you really, it's the first couple of laps are actually a bit figuring it out. I do think you can do a practice run in some of these events. But yeah, that also takes a lot of time. I will just do the practicing in the race itself. I do know that often the AI over here is a little bit slower. Fuck me, man. I'm fucking... Alright, I will let him go. Then I will overtake him in a more fair manner, like over here. Anyways, what I wanted to say is... I actually forgot what I wanted to say. I wanted to say something.
They're really slow through here. God damn it. See you later, dudes. God damn it. Long turning radius. $147.9, and I didn't get a chance to see how many laps. I assumed 4 laps. And I now already forgot about the time. What was it? 149 or 147? Right, this will not be a very fast time. Although over here we will be a lot quicker than before, because we were being held back by that other car earlier. It's pretty fun that when your tires are cold in second gear. Alright, I have 140. When your tires are cold in second gear, the car used to spin a lot. But then after, now they still do. But other times it does feel a little bit more grippy. I'm not sure whether tire temperature is also modeled in this game, because the tire indicator in the bottom left of the HUD is tire wear, it's not temperature, I think. Man, this will not be a better lap than the previous one. But somehow I do feel it feels a bit like after a couple of laps in this car, I can more aggressively in second gear get on the power without the wheels spinning. Like after this hairpin coming up. Here, I will go all the way to first. Now full speed second and no spinning. And before it really would spin even in third. Alright, we did manage to get into the 139s. Over there, that probably also has to do with the verticality, but here we do get quite some wheel spin, even in thirds. Probably could get on the gas a bit quicker there. much braking here, god damn it, I should have kept the speed up. Such an important long section. If you lose too much speed there, you will lose it throughout that whole flowing section. Oh, I think the timer is going. Sorry, I had to disable the timer. Alright, was this the last lap? Will it be better than a 1:39? 1:38, very nice. So at least previous race in Suzuka I was not able to improve the time in the last lap, but at least in this final race, final lap, we were able to improve on the previous laps. Let's watch one lap of replay. I really have to say, pretty epic car. I remember driving this game in that PC racing simulator, like in also around the time of GT4. It was GT or something from Sinbin Simulations. It was really very realistic for the time. Maybe even till today. You had like Spa-Francorchamps, etc. And I'm pretty sure the Saleen S7 was also in there. And somehow for Gran Turismo I was not expecting much from it. I'm not sure why, but it was a totally positive surprise, this car. Also the handling. You could get it into a slide, you could get the rear to step out, but it was all quite controllable. It is all quite controllable. It's just overall a fun car to drive, and it really feels very quick. It really feels like you're constantly racing towards that 300 km/h speed, constantly accelerating towards it. And also the car, it didn't feel heavy for what looks to be a very big, heavy battleship. Alright, really fun. Hopefully we will get a cool reward car. Wouldn't surprise me if we get the Saleen itself. Normally with reward cars you get a car of the same brand. Ah, fuck me, we already have this one. And I think that night car, I'm gonna remove both of them from the garage. I really don't like them, those concepts. But normally you get a car from the same brand. But this brand in this game only has one type of car, the Saleen S7. So yeah, if you want to give a car from the same brand, then you can only give the same car. What a weird picture of a mirror there. That mirror looks to be totally bent downwards. Here they are pretty normal, horizontal, the side mirrors. But look at the picture here. Not this one. This is, I think, the engine compartment. But this one, that mirror, it looks to be like at a 45-degree angle pointing downwards. Really weird. Anyway, I am pretty confident that this is the last one-make race in the US, because there's nothing here. Nothing here. Don't ask me why, but Lexus apparently doesn't have one-make races, or no, and also Nike doesn't have anything. So that is that. We will be continuing the European one-make races, but not before cleaning up the garage bit. Where are those Nike cars? Supposed to have two of these, right? Or did I? Probably I already removed the other one. see you later. I don't need the night marketing department in my game. Anywho, I was saying that the car felt quite light, and I'm just curious whether it actually is a light car. I would say it's at least 1500 kg. Ah, it's only 1250, so it's really a light car with a V8 7 liters. Not sure whether it also has a turbo. Let's quickly... I didn't hear any turbo sounds. Let's quickly see if we can find that in the description here online. The V8 overhead valve OHV. What does that mean? Overhead. I don't know. If it's a C, I know what it means. It's an overhead camshaft. But what is OHV? Why is everybody making up its own weird variations of certain terms? OHV engine. Overhead valve. Yeah, sorry, but aren't almost all engines overhead valve? Why would you mention that explicitly? An all aluminum. The V8 OHV engine may seem ordinary, but this is a Saleen original. An all aluminum miniaturized engine based on the Ford Big Block design. It produces 550 horsepower from its 7-liter displacement, 3.3 seconds to 60. 1 to 100, 8.9, quarter mile 11.8, top speed over 215, and obviously its performance is exceptional. Alright, but it doesn't really mention anything about the turbo. We do Saleen S7 engine. Yeah, the 7-liter naturally aspirated V8 engine produces about 631 horsepower. Alright, so actually again the game seems to be inaccurate, because the real life article, no, it does say 550, but it also says 750. That's a twin turbo. So you do have a NA and a turbo version, I guess. Let's quickly double check that. It proved remarkably tractable and flexible for a high output requirement. 550 horsepower. In 2005, so when did the car came out initially? 2000. In 2005, the S7 gained a more powerful twin turbocharged power plant which boosted engine power to 750 HP and estimated top speed of 248. That's crazy. Two Garrett twin turbochargers producing 5.5 psi, 0.38 bar. Torque 949 Nm. At 4800 revs RPM. Front and rear downforce increased by 60%. 2.7 seconds to 100. Quarter mile 10.5. In 2006, Saleen offered an optional competition package for the S7 Twin Turbo. The package offers a 33% increase in power to a total of approximately 1000 horsepower, as well as changes to the suspension, a revised front and rear diffuser, and an optional aerodynamic package with carbon fiber front and rear spoilers. Then there's also LM in 2017. The relaunch was announced in 2017, but I wonder whether it actually launched. Then there's an S7R
is the racing version. Why does this article only give torque and not horsepower? I mean, here 600, 630 and 760. So at first it's restricted, 760 is unrestricted. Anyways, that's S7LM. I wonder whether that car actually launched since 2007. The 1300 bhp Saleen S7LM is heading to auction. Alright, so was there a car made? It's one of just 7 S7s that were retrospectively upgraded to LM spec. Alright, so it was some kind of an upgrade, 1300 horsepower, but this car, so in 2005 and 6, you had like 750 to 1000 horsepower. That's crazy. That is like almost 20 years ago. I mean, when did the Bugatti Veyron came out with 1000 horsepower? Bugatti Veyron. Yeah, 2005, okay, so it was also around that time. And I'm pretty sure that that first one also had 1000 horsepower, right? That was its whole selling point, if I remember correctly. Origins, Bugatti Veyron. Quad turbocharged W16 engine, 4 valves, 64 valves in total, that's crazy. Alright, but can we now somewhere see the power? This gives the car, what the hell, what gives the car? They're talking about tires. That's maybe the power to weight ratio. It's crazy, it's a whole article and nowhere is it clearly stated at the start what the actual output is of the car. It talks about turbochargers, about displacements, but no fucking where does it say what it actually makes. Alright, here it is. 987 HP or 1001 PS, 1250 Newton meter. Yeah, so this one is also around the 1000 horsepower mark. Yeah, so comparable to the Saleen, but I think the Saleen was earlier maybe. Let's quickly check that out. So we had the first one. And of course nothing on the actual month of release. 2005 Veyron release dates. Oh my god. Unbelievably believable why that is not mentioned anywhere. Is it January 2005 or is it December 2005? Man, I can really get frustrated by stuff like that. Anywho, I have no clue. Now we can of course look at the S7 Turbo release dates. immediately reverts to Audi S7. I hate Google, seriously. It used to be great, it's not anymore. The S7 debuted on August 2000. Yeah, I know, but when did the turbo came out? 2005 again, no month or anything. Why can't you just give a fucking release date? It must have been on a day that it was first released, right? Not a full year. Alright, I'm not going to get worked up anymore about that. Not that I'm easily that frustrated by little stuff like this, but yeah, now I actually am. So I'm not going to get worked up about that anymore, but I think the Turbo Saleen came out in 2005. That was around 750 horsepower. Then also in 2005 the Bugatti Veyron got released, which was around 1000 horsepower. And then in 2006 the Saleen Turbo was upgraded and it went from 750 also to 1000 horsepower. So I think that's a little bit the chronology of it. Long story short, very cool car. Although personally for me, I find cars like these way too big. Maybe it is visual distortion, but this looks like a battleship to me. The rear end way too long. I like cars smaller, and just like the 80s, 90s, 911s. That is a nice size to handle well. To have a good overview, not be too small like a Miata, but also not be too big like a Saleen or like a Lamborghini Diablo. It is also, if you look at Porsches, everything, it's not only Google that declines in the last decades, but also cars. If you look at a 911 now, 2023, compared to the 1990s or 80s, it's almost twice the size. It's just crazy why everything needs to become so retardedly big. Probably because there's a lot of safety features that the daft politicians mandate for each and everybody. And there's no freedom whatsoever. It's all written by bureaucrats and the car manufacturers just have to implement it. But wow, that S7 logo at the back of the car seems to be floating around a bit. But anyways, yeah, so it's a very cool car, but for me it's a little bit too big for my personal taste. Look at the S7 designation, and then now it seems to a little bit be too far from the actual plastic to which it's supposed to be attached. It seems to be hovering a little bit in mid-air. I'm probably also overthinking that. Maybe it was fine after all. Anyway, still super cool car. I will stop ranting and raving. We for sure will keep it in the garage. And let's quickly see what is on the menu. We are going to do the European one-make races. So let's start with here, then we do all the ones at the top. Then we do Belgium, Germany. Then we do Italy, France. And then Spain. And that should conclude all the one-make races. Australia doesn't have any, I'm pretty sure. We already checked it out. Let's just to be sure, one time the emulator actually crashed. So let's save it. We are at 67.7%. So still not at 70. Alright, there are one-make races here. Aston Martin Carnival. Alright, I do think I just have an Aston Martin. This is a thrilling race that is part of the British Gran Turismo. I do think we have a cool Vanquish or V8, whatever it's called, in the garage. So let's use that one. I don't think I really used it yet. I only bought it in the second-hand dealership because it looked cool.
There we go. A V8. And also let's quickly see what else we could have used. I don't have that much money. I mean, it's still 800k, but it goes pretty quickly if you randomly start buying cars. But I am going to see if maybe there are some other cool cars that we could have driven. Yeah, but these cars are all really quick and really expensive. I would really like to try them out, but I'm afraid I don't really have the money. And it's a pity, because even though it may look like very similar cars, man, this is also a cool car. I think Timothy Dalton as James Bond may have driven this one. Anyways, even though it may be very similar looking cars, their handling and the sound can still be very different. So it's actually a pity I don't have the money now to try them out. But yeah, it is what it is. We are using the V8s from the garage. Alright, 2 laps Fuji, 3 laps Hong Kong, 2 laps Ultimring. We'll be doing that in the next episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see you there. And for the meantime, don't forget, always do keep on gaming. See you later.